Hello, dear friend, and welcome. America's future PSA, public service ad, public service announcement, public service advertising, I'm not sure, public service ad. I'm amazed at how quickly our grandchildren learned and how quickly they started teaching grandpa. Truthfully, here's what's amazing. The first time I shared this matrix with our granddaughter Sierra, I started with this bottom part. Always have one place to go, because that's really the root of the principle. For both memorizing and creating, we also have that principle. Always have a place or one place to go. But it didn't quite flow, so I changed it to stop, drop, roll, always have a place to go. And Sierra said, no, Grandpa, always have a place to go. And she understood that. So that's like in creating, a method for creating, taught by Mr. Robert Fritz. The first part is don't assess your problems, but have that vision of where you want to go. So within this public service ad, that's what needs to be shared with our teachers, our teenagers, and our children, that no matter where we go as adults as well, like taught to sheriffs, police officers, military personnel celebrating their service, always have a place to go. So when we enter any building, any place, any space, we have to consider if something strikes, whether it be a school shooter or whatever that might be, always have a place to go. Think through that. So then, in line with that, we have to stop. One of the principles in Robert Fritz's book is current reality is an acquired taste. We have to quickly assess and understand the harmful intent and life-threatening actions of a school shooter. That's also Tai Chi Feng Shui. We got to get grounded. We got to assess very quickly. The next part is drop. In Tai Chi, it's about the energy going down. In creating, it's about current reality. In memorizing, always have a place to go. Down, down, get the energy going down. My wife and I just watched a movie. I have to try and get that movie name up for the next presentation of this, because in that movie the police officer is yelling to the crowd as they're being shot upon, shooters, get down, get down, get down. And so many people are frozen standing. So we have to get the energy, drop. Then you must roll to make yourself an unpredictable and very hard to hit moving target of the school shooter. So the roll is to come back to when we were taught about fire safety. Stop, drop, and roll. Well, the same with roll is we got to get our game on. Teachers, teenagers, and children, if a school shooter walks into your school or classroom, you got to get your game on. I don't care if you roll across the desk or roll down the hallway or roll down the stairs. So the emphasis of the roll is more of the example. We got to get our game on. I thought about it. I was thinking, baseball is about rolling. Football is about rolling. Basketball is about rolling. There's no better image of a hard to catch, hard to handle image than a ball rolling. So to get that into our teenagers and our students and our children's minds, time to get your game on. And then you must always have one place to go. Anytime you enter a familiar or new place, space, room to outsmart a school shooter. So yes, as my little granddaughter taught to Grandpa, that does go at the top, because we have to pre-plan anytime we go into a new space, place, space, or room. That includes being outside. So, place, space, or room. We have to pre-plan. Always have a place to go. Now, if we taught this to our teenagers and children just for personal safety, survival, if we also taught that to them in memorizing, that would compound the principle of always have a place to go. If we taught that in creating, that would compound the principle of always have a place to go. Currently, in America's K-12 public education, have you ever heard of this life-saving principle, always have a place to go? I'm sure our teachers, students, teenagers, and children have not. So will you participate? If this makes sense to you, will you like, comment, and share about this public PSA? Especially, always have a place to go. For future school shootings, we cannot eliminate the element of surprise. So we must increase the element of decisive action to save lives. In warfare, in battle, the element of surprise is the greatest element for winning. The element of surprise. We'll never eliminate that in K-12 public education schools. So we must increase the element of decisive action to save lives. Teenagers and children must know these 4 basic principles. And they must rehearse them, and they must talk about them, and they must observe in different ways. And it's like any fire alarm or a fire drill. I hope this hangs on the wall of every classroom in America. It's not up to me. I'm doing my fair share. It's up to you. Now, this isn't completely 100% refined, and it's not meant for proper English and grammar. It's meant as short poems to hopefully have a beat and hopefully stick. Many years ago, I learned from Edgar Allan Poe, cut out every 4th word. So if there's any word that needs to go, let me know. If there's any word that's missing, let me know. But as far as I can see, 1, 2, 3, 4 principles. Being grounded in, always have one place to go. I hope you choose to share this for survival. We'll pin this for survival. W. Edwards Deming, Out of Crisis, America's K-12 public education. Our teenagers, our children, our teachers are in crisis. The principle, always have a place to go for saving lives. That same principle in memorizing. Harry Lorraine, Super Memory Super Student. We can teach this same principle to our children for memorizing. For creating, in Robert Fritz, creating. So we can take one principle. I like Deming on the bottom. We can take this one principle and teach it to our teenagers and our children in this way. Will it help improve their ability to save their own life and the lives of others? For sure. Will it help them to memorize and remember and pass tests? For sure. Will it help them to create the career they choose to create instead of living their lives as a problem to be solved? For sure. It sounds like 3, 4 sures. Life saving, education saving, career saving. Always have a place to go. I hope you choose to like, comment, and share. And I hope you choose to download the PDF, print it, and share with your children and your grandchildren.